Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to look at a really powerful tool for your professional English. It's something you hear all the time in business, and, mastering it can seriously level up your language. Ready to jump in? Let's do it.
So here's the big question, right? You've got the vocabulary, you know the basic grammar, but how do you make that leap? How do you switch from sounding casual to sounding really formal and professional? Well, a huge part of the answer is what we're talking about today.
And here it is, the passive voice. Now take a look at this. It's all about a simple change in focus. In the first sentence, the team analyzed the results. The spotlight is on who did it, the team. But in the passive voice, the results were analyzed, the focus completely shifts to the action and the result. Suddenly, the results are the star of the show, not the people. And that little shift, that's what creates that objective, professional sound. Okay, so theory is one thing, but hearing this stuff in a real conversation is the best way to get it. Let's listen to a short business chat. Try to notice how the speakers use the passive voice to keep the focus on the project, not on themselves.
Okay, let's listen. The first person says the new innovation report was released this morning. It shows how our industry is being influenced by AI tools. Did you catch that? Was released. We have no idea who released it because it just doesn't matter. The important thing is that the report is out.
Yes, I saw it. Our startup has been mentioned several times as an example of effective teamwork. See? Again, the focus isn't on who mentioned them. The good news, the key information, is that they have been mentioned.
And the conversation continues. That's great. I heard the next phase of the project will be carried out by an international team. Here, we're looking ahead, describing what's going to happen with the project. Exactly. And by next month, the updated platform will have been tested by thousands of users. Now, this one's a little more advanced. Will have been tested. That's the future perfect passive. It's a fantastic way to talk about project goals that will be completed by a certain time in the future. And to finish up, impressive. It looks like a lot of progress is being made, even though the team is still growing. So, did you feel that? The whole conversation felt really formal and focused. By using the passive voice, the speakers kept the spotlight on the work, the report, the platform, the project. They weren't gossiping about people, they were talking business. So you've heard it in the wilds. Now let's break down how it actually works. And don't worry, the basic recipe is actually pretty simple. This is it. This is the golden rule right here. Every single passive sentence follows this formula. You just take the verb to be, put it in whatever tense you need, present, past, future, you name it, and then you follow it with the past participle of the main verb. You know, that's the third form of the verb, like spoken, created, or analyzed. And this table shows it perfectly. Just look. See how the main verb, made, created, founded, always stays the same? It's always the past participle. The only part that changes is the to be verb. It becomes are for present simple, is being for present continuous, was for past simple, and on and on. It's actually a really cool, consistent system. So the big question is, when should you actually use this? Well, you pull it out when you want to sound formal and objective, like you're writing a report. You use it to put the emphasis on a process, like explaining how a product is made. And of course, you use it when the person who did the action is either totally obvious, a complete mystery, or just not important. But what if you do want to say who did the action? It's super simple. You just add the little word by and then the person or group. We call that the agent. But remember, you really only want to do this when that piece of information is actually important for the listener to know. All right, now it's time to make this useful for you. Let's check out some model sentences that you can totally adapt and start using in your own emails, meetings, or presentations. Here's a great one, perfect for talking about projects that are happening right now. It tells everyone what's going on without getting bogged down in naming every single person on the team. This is ideal for giving a quick update on something that's already done. It's simple, professional, and gets straight to the point. The important thing is that the report was presented, finished. Using the present perfect passive like this is fantastic for reporting progress. It connects what happened in the past, doing the tasks, to the amazing situation now. You're ahead of schedule. And finally, one for the future. This clearly lays out the next step in a process. And notice the by an external group here? That's a good example of when the agent is important information, so we include it.
Okay, so to wrap this all up, let's make it personal. I want you to think for a second. What's one process or one project update from your own job or your studies? How could you describe it using this formal, objective, and super professional language of the passive voice? Give it some thought.